Recently I made a reaction to the top 150 Canadian music artists ever. It was a very comprehensive list, very enjoyable to watch, and I've got something similar for acting, for movies, TV shows. This is the ultimate list of famous Canadian actors. I reacted to a video before, actors you didn't know were from Canada, and it was a very interesting list again, but it was limited. So this is the ultimate list. Looking forward to seeing this as well. Tell me who your favourite Canadian actor is. Tell me if there's any Canadian actors that you like that are not on this list for any reason. Let's watch. Dan Aykroyd, man. Yeah, he's a legend. Great actor. Great comedic actor as well. Tell me what you think about him. Ah, okay. I never knew he was from Canada actually. Simu Liu. Obviously, I know he was from the main character in Shang-Chi. I've not actually seen that movie, so tell me more about him. What else has he been in? Evangeline Lilly, yeah. And she's been in quite a few big movies like The Hobbit, Ant-Man recently as well, but obviously lost. It was huge. Yeah. Eugene Levy as well. Obviously, I knew him from American Pie originally, but with this channel, learning about his comedic roots with SCTV. I know, is he in a show called Schitt's Creek? Someone told me. I don't know much about it. I've just seen it mentioned. Sandra Oh? I never knew she was from Canada, I don't think. Like, I know her more from Killing Eve rather than Grey's Anatomy, but she was very good in Killing Eve. Kristen Crook. Okay, I remember watching Smallville actually when it was on originally. But what has she been up to recently? I've not really seen her in any movies recently. Any TV shows. Jim Carrey, I mean, his career, whether it's movies or comedy, speaks for itself. In the 90s, the movies, the run of movies he had was just unmatched. Margot Kidder, Superman. Yeah, I've never seen her, but wait a minute. Was she the original Lois Lane? Is that? I don't know. I've not seen her before, I don't think. Eric McCormack, okay, Will and Grace. Again, I know of Will and Grace, I don't think I've seen it before, but I know his face. Ray Don Chung, The Principal. Okay, interesting. I've never seen her before, never seen The Principal before. Tell me if there's anybody on this list you didn't know yourself, if you're from Canada, you didn't know they're from Canada. Ryan Reynolds. Tell me if you're from Canada what you think of Ryan Reynolds. I think he's awesome, man. Right back to, I used to watch him when I was younger in Two Girls, a Guy in a Pizza Place. To see where Ryan Reynolds' career went from after that show, that was like just your generic 90s or early 2000s sitcom. He was like the bro, that typical teenager, early 20s guy. But to see how his career progressed and became like such a A-list superstar, it's actually very impressive. And I guess like also you could talk about his personality. He just seems like a great guy as well. Trisha Helfer, never heard of Trisha Helfer actually. But Battlestar Galactica, I think I've seen Battlestar Galactica, but only once years ago. Seth Rogen, again, I mentioned like how much I really love his work as well. Superbad, one of my favourite movies ever, and that's something he wrote when he was a teenager, but had so much good comedy movies, and he's a guy I like all the stuff he does outside of movies as well. Like I see he's got this like weed business where he produces a lot of really interesting weed paraphernalia, and I know that sounds like quite like weird in a way that I like that, but I watched this documentary on him and it was showing you his office for that company, all the goods he produces. He really takes it so serious, and they've got some great things, really interesting pieces of what you call it, like just paraphernalia. I don't know if that maybe talks down on it a little bit, but you should check it out. But so much good comedy movies, and I feel like the way the movie industry is at the moment, they don't really appreciate those type of comedy movies as much that you've seen in those mid 2000s, early teens, whatever you want to call it. Things like Pineapple Express, Knocked Up, all those sort of movies. Tell me what you think about Seth Rogen in those type of movies. Natasha Henstridge. Yeah, I've never seen Species, so I'm not too sure about her. Again, but we really are seeing a wide or huge range of actors here. Ryan Gosling, again, another guy whose career kind of speaks for itself. A-list superstar. Shay Mitchell, Pretty Little. Yeah, I've never seen Pretty Little Liars. I think I've seen her on the previous video actually, but again, I have no idea who she is. Hayden Christensen he's from Canada, okay. Again, tell me more about him. I don't really know much about his career post Star Wars. I feel like he got a bit of a hard time in that movie. Leslie Nielsen again, man. He is a true comedic legend. Even just seeing his face makes me smile, like some of the movies he's been in. Alicia Cuthbert, was she in 24? I think she was the daughter of Jack Bauer or something maybe. Another SCTV legend, Rick Moranis. And yeah, tell me more about him. I know he retired. I think his wife sadly passed away, so he retired from movie making. Is he getting back into making movies? I think I read within the last year or so. Michael J. Fox, yeah, great again. Great career. Laura Vandervoort, okay. Even though I watched Smallville, I don't really remember her character or her specifically. Howie Mandel? Are you? I had no idea he was from Canada, but that hair, I have never seen him with hair. That is a fantastic head of hair, man. That perm, I mean, everything about that image, the earrings, the denim shirt, that's impressive. That's probably, I can almost tell that's like 1996 or something, around about that time, but I only know him from, is it American Idol, America's Got Talent? I didn't know he was an actor, to be honest. Okay, cool, Finn Wolfhard, yeah, nice. Again, we can see not only has Canada got this wide range of amazing acting talent, but it's just over such a long period of time as well. Carrie-Anne Moss, nice, yeah. Again, outside of The Matrix, I don't really know what else she's been in. Tell me what else she's been in that she's good in. Donald Sutherland, Hunger Games. Definitely seen him again. I don't know too much about his career. Jason Priestley, Beverly Hills 90210. Definitely one of those like early 90s heartthrobs. Pamela Anderson is from Canada. Is that well known? Why did I not know that, man? I'm still shocked about Pamela Anderson being from Canada. That's kind of blow my mind. Matthew Perry, I just recently watched Friends with my wife, the full series, and yeah, really enjoyed it. James Doohan, Star Trek, okay. Is that the one from Sex and the City? Yeah, Kim Cattrall, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely learning a lot more from this video than the previous one. Michael Cera is from Canada. He's like one of my favourite actors. Someone in the comments of one of my videos, I think it was, I can't remember which one, but someone said I look like Michael Cera. I don't know, is that a valid comparison? I'll look at the camera, you can compare. I even if it was, I would be very proud of that. I don't know, man. I think he's like a super cool guy. Love his the movies he's been in. So many really interesting comedy movies. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Obviously he was in Superbad as well. Even like you see he's in Barbie recently, playing a very interesting character as well. I love him, man. His personality is so interesting, so nice. He's such a nice guy. I guess he could be like the most Canadian actor, man, just with his very respectful and nice personality. John Candy, I get, yep. Kiefer Sutherland? I don't know, man. Is he anything? Is he related to Donald Sutherland? I'm just taking it just from the names there, and they're both from Canada, and they do kind of look similar as well. If that's true, I never knew. But also the fact that if Alicia Cuthbert was the person who I'm thinking of in 24, that both of the sort of main characters in 24 were Canadian also. I've not watched 24 for a long time, but when it was on, I watched like a good amount of seasons of that. Is he related to Donald Sutherland? Rachel McAdams as well. Maybe I've seen her on the previous video as well, actually. But that's someone I never knew was from Canada. Lorne Green. Okay. A couple of people in Battlestar Galactica from Canada as well. Keanu Reeves, yeah, I think I've heard he's from Canada. And again, when you talk about the personality of actors, you can tell he's from Canada. Compare how loved he is and how respected because he's just such a decent guy. Neve Campbell? Wow. Yeah, again, like compared to the last list, this is a lot more comprehensive. Martin Short, yeah, I've learned about from reacting to SCTV. The characters he plays in SCTV, the range he has is actually very impressive. Brendan Fraser, I think I heard about that when he was being talked about. I mean, sorry, when he was being talked about for his Oscar last year, I think I learned he was from Canada then. I never knew before. I mean, we see him in a Mountie costume here, so obviously he's played a Mountie at some point as well, but we see guys like Keanu Reeves, Michael Cera, Brendan Fraser. When you see their personalities, it kind of makes sense that they're from Canada, just being that they're like just very decent, down-to-earth people. When you compare it to some American actors and so on. Yeah, great. I think like the representation of Canadian actors is something that Canada should be very proud of, or Canadians should be very proud of. I mean, hugely talented people, but on the personality side of things, just very great people. Alan Thicke. William Shatner? Whoa, okay. Tell me if you knew these people are from Canada. Guess even if you're from Canada, maybe some of these you might not actually know as well. Deborah Unger. Okay, I've never seen The Game before, don't recognise her. Yeah, tell me if you're from Canada, is there any people here you don't recognise also? I feel bad that I don't know. I know him from like a lot of those like mid-2000s comedy movies as well. Will Arnett. Mike Myers, yeah, that I know. He does a fantastic Scottish accent as well. And Austin Powers, I need to go check Austin Powers out again, man. I loved that movie when I was younger. Not seen it for a long time. Catherine O'Hara, yeah, I learned about her again through SCTV, but obviously I knew of her from Home Alone, and there's another Christmas movie she's in with Ben Affleck that's not the best, but we usually watch it every Christmas as well. Come on, that is an amazing range of actors, just a huge number again. Like after watching that 150 music artists from Canada, seeing the amount of Canadian actors as well, it's just so impressive. Tell me who your favourite actor from here is. Tell me what you think of each of these. Is there anyone in there that you don't actually like for any reason? I'd be quite interested to know that as well. But yeah, the ultimate list of famous Canadian actors. Love that. Thanks.